Welcome back. I'm Megan McClenahan. This is Cast 11. Today with me, I've got Justin from Canyon Painting. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Good. I'm
Good.
so excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I know we've been trying to plan this for a while, and we're finally making it happen.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. So you are the Prescott branch manager.
Yes, I'm the branch manager of our Prescott branch. A little history on the company. We actually started out in Sedona about 12, 13 years ago. You know, our focus has always been on doing the job right, you know, not just going in and slapping paint on something, but we're really looking to get all the preparation. We're looking to analyze the project and, you know, make things right, you know, to where our product's going to last, use the proper painting systems, use the proper prep. And on top of that, we're using, you know, top quality paints. You know, we use Sherwin-Williams Paints. I have a history with them as I used to work for them for quite some time, over 20 years. I just really like their product and it works well. And I you know, it gives me peace of mind, I guess you could say, that, you know, when putting their products on the wall, it's going to last, it's going to perform.
What about their product works well?
So their products, they do a lot of research on their products. So, you know, before it actually comes out on the market, it's gone through kind of a research and development phase. And, you know, they design their products to work well, to apply well, to hold up well. And, you know, they have their different grades of products for, you know, kind of whatever you're looking for. You know, every paint company has a good, better, best, I guess you could say. And so they have a whole line of products that kind of fit into that scheme. Now with us, we're always focusing on the premium quality products with our jobs. You know, we want the customers that we have to know that their paint job's done right, that their paint's going to hold up. You know, that they're scrubbing the wall, they're not going to burnish the paint. You know, we want to give them that, you know, that value, I guess you could say, with their painting project. Yeah.
Right. And I did want to mention that this is sponsored by Sherwin-Williams for Canyon Painting, because they are such a good company. So
they are 100%.
How long have you been with the company?
So myself, I started with the company in January of last year. So Paulie, the owner, I had known for quite some time. In point of fact, when I was working for Sherwin-Williams, I was his sales rep. And, you know, it's how we met, became friends. And even after I had left that area as a rep, we had still kept in contact. And Paulie had always had this vision to expand the company, I guess you could say, over the mountain and kind of work into the Prescott area. Right. So we collaborated, we talked about it, and we decided to make a go of it. So started, like I said, January of last year. Okay. Came out here, started, you know, advertising, building up our clientele, and, you know, starting in the area from scratch is a bit tough. You're like the new kid on the block.
Any business starting from scratch is hard.
Yeah. So,
you know, especially developing your territory, building that client base, then getting that reputation out, that word of mouth.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you guys are one of my, and I hate to say this, but they are one of my favorite accounts. And it's because I got to see you guys start from the very beginning and get to where you are today. And you guys have such a great reputation.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we're kind of getting ready to go into fall and winter. And I know that you guys kind of shift your focus from the outside of the house to interiors. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why that's so important during winter versus summer?
Well, winter, we're really focusing on interiors mainly because of the weather. You know, the paints we use, Sherwin-Williams Paints, exterior paints, they are rated down to 35 degrees. So we can paint, you know, usually up to November, December, we're fine. But generally in the winter, we're not wanting to put coatings on the outside. It's problematic. When you have those really cold days, it's going to take your paint longer to cure. You know, we put 2 coats on everything. So we get that first coat on the house instead of waiting, you know, the 3-4 hours as per specification. Sometimes we're 6 hours and the paint's not ready to be painted. On top of that, say we got those days that are 40, 50 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the sun. We could have the shade inside the house. It's going to remain cold all day, and it's just not really good for paint to be applied. So that's really why we tend to focus on the interiors. in winter. Absolutely.
Perfect. I kind of wanted to jump in just a tiny bit to how you guys all partner as a team, and then we'll go into something else.
Okay. As far as with...
Just because you guys are, so you're here,
Mhm.
Polly's in Sedona,
Yes.
and then I know you guys covered just a wide variety of areas. You want to kind of tell everybody a little bit more about that?
So how we partner as a team, I mean, we really are each, responsible for our respective areas. But we do collaborate a lot. We get together, we find out, what's working, what's not. We're always trying to improve. We're always trying to find bigger and better ways to do things, whether it be, through products, through training, through advertising, you name it. I mean, we do have meetings once a week between myself, Polly, and our office manager, and really discuss the direction of the company and where we're taking it, and anything from training the employees to new products to changing the way we do things, learning and improving and growing.
Right. And for anybody watching and listening, that is so important, because this is a company that's coming into your home and doing an estimate for you, walking through, and they want to feel that this is important, that they're investing their money with the right company. And
Absolutely.
so I really appreciate that you guys do that.
Yes.
So if I was someone calling, hey, Justin, can you come out and give me an estimate? We get that scheduled. What does that look like when you come out?
So when I come out, we'll spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to discuss the project, kind of walk the whole area. We want to go over anything that needs to be fixed, the processes we're taking with our paint job, which we also outline in wording in our proposals. Answer any questions. We want to talk about the type of products we use and why we use them, and just, address every aspect on the project so they know what we're doing and they're comfortable. We want to make sure to explain our surface prep. We want to explain if there's something that maybe needs to be fixed but is out of our hands, and make sure they know that. I mean, communication is very big.
Absolutely.
So, we'll spend that time. We'll go over, we'll take pictures, we're going to take measurements, and then we're going to write up a very detailed proposal, and we'll send it to you via email. And then we want to follow up with you and answer any questions you have, go over the project, and details and scheduling, whatever questions it may be.
Right.
But we want to basically build that relationship with our clients, built on trust, that they know that they are going to get their money's worth, because your home is your biggest investment. And, we want to go on there. We want to do it right. And, we don't want to be called back for any reason. We want to make sure everything's right the first time, and your paint job's going to last. So, 4 or 5 years down the road, you're not calling us to go repaint something, unless you want a color change. That's different. But,
I'm in that phase right now.
Yeah,
I want a color change.
We want that lasting product for you.
That's wonderful. And that's why you guys use Sherwin-Williams.
100%.
Because
we can trust that their products hold up. And, with Sherwin-Williams too, they're great. We have a relationship with their sales reps, and their stores are very knowledgeable, and they're very on point, and they always have the products that we need. So
how does that work? Do you guys just send them the colors, tell them the colors you need, and they order it for you?
Yes, we either bring physical samples, or if they are, paint colors, whether it be their colors or competitors' colors, they can match them up.
Nice.
We place the order with the products we need, and either pick up or deliver it. They have an outstanding
Right.
delivery service, so we usually get our product within 2 hours or less.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
great. That's fast. That's
Yes,
really fast.
That's really fast. I mean,
That's
like I
really
said, they're always
fast.
on point.
Now, I know you guys are real big in the community as well.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about some of that stuff?
Yes. I mean, with our company, we are really big in community involvement. Whatever we can do to help partner with any charitable contributions, or really big on helping out the vets. Last year we had teamed up with Lower 22 Foundation and Finishing Touch Painting, and we actually donated a paint job to a veteran in need. So we had the paint donated, and then the 2 paint companies, we donated our labor and went over there, and we got this house painted. This particular gentleman was being, I guess you could say, hounded by the HOA where he lives to get things done, and he didn't have the means to take care of it. So we got his house looking nice and neat and new, and got the HOA off his back.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you're also a chamber ambassador.
Yes.
For the Prescott Valley Chamber.
I love the Prescott Valley Chamber.
Me too.
Yes,
Me too.
I worked with other chambers, and Prescott Valley is definitely my favorite.
Oh, me too.
Got a
Me
great
too.
team there, and all the events are fun. It's great, welcoming new businesses into the business community, and just helping people out
Absolutely.
wherever we
Absolutely.
can, because we want those businesses to grow and be successful.
Absolutely. And I know right now you guys have a huge fall special running. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes. So right now with our fall special, again, we are focusing on interiors.
Mhm.
So if we have complete interior repaints, we're offering $400 off your complete interior repaint, and then free upgrade on any of your product. So there won't be an upcharge for using the
That's
absolute
huge.
best product on your job.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. $400 off your complete interior repaint.
Hmm.
Sponsored by Sherwin-Williams.
Absolutely.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. What else can you tell us about interiors and why we should really focus on them? Are they funner?
So interiors versus exteriors are more detailed. Generally with the exteriors of the house, we're, prepping the house, we're caulking cracks, we're sealing around windows, we're pressure washing. Sometimes we're doing stucco and drywall repairs on the outside. And then, once everything is properly, prepared, we're
Mhm.
out there with a sprayer, applying our 2 coats of paint. Insides, especially an occupied home, we have a lot more detail we're focusing on. One, we're not spraying, because when you do spray, you're getting a lot of overspray. And no matter how much we mask up an area, that's going to create dust on everything. So that's a no-go right there. And then, take an average room, for example. You're generally using 3 different paints sometimes on one room, because you're going to have a paint for a ceiling. Usually your ceilings are going to go flat finish, not all the time, but I would say 75-80% of your ceilings are flat finish. And then we have our wall paint.
So hold on just a second. So what if someone isn't sure what a flat paint is? Can you tell us the differences and how they kind of work?
Yes, I mean the flat paint basically is going to have no reflectivity. So you're going to look at
Okay.
the sheen of the paint.
Okay.
You're not going to have any shine whatsoever. And why that is a lot of times important for ceilings is, say you have a ceiling and you have a lot of windows in the room, you're going to catch a lot of light coming through on the ceiling. If you have any kind of sheen up there, it can highlight any imperfections on the ceiling and just make it more apparent because of the reflectivity.
Oh.
And when you get a nice flat paint on the ceiling, you're eliminating that. You're getting
Gotcha.
everything to blend in and
Gotcha.
just look a bit more flush.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then as for walls, we have our wall paint, and then our baseboards, our doors, we're using a different paint. And again, we're not spraying it, so we're brushing and rolling, and we're having to cut in around where the paint transitions are, and on top of rooms, you have closets, you have just a bunch of different obstacles to overcome too with the interiors. You're doing a lot more masking and prep, because again, you have an occupied home, so we're moving furniture, we're making sure everything's covered, we're covering floors, because we don't want to we don't want to make a mess of the house. We want to be very respectful of the environment. We want to treat it like it's our house. So we're just making sure everything is covered and everything is clean and organized and neat. And, oftentimes we're going to be working in sections in a house because people are living there. We're not going to, we don't want to make them go to a hotel or anything. We want to make it as easy as possible.
Just kind of transition from area to area.
Yep. So we'll do that, get it all cleaned up, work around our customers to, what works best with their schedule. Again, we want to make it as easy as possible because, interior painting, things do get a little displaced naturally, and it can be stressful for some people. So I want to try to take that stress away and, communicate as we go and explain what we're doing and why we're doing and just make our clients feel, just comfortable and have trust in us.
So say you have an older client that you guys are going and you've done a proposal for and they hire you and they are not able, say you're doing like the kitchen in the cabinets and you're going to pull all the cabinet covers off. How do you guys do that? Do you want to maybe help them move some of this stuff?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to help people move furniture, take things off walls. We'll be as accommodating as we can.
That's wonderful. That's
wonderful. We do that quite often, especially with our older clients. We're going to be just extremely helpful and do whatever we can to make it easy for them.
Now, you guys are commercial and residential.
We are commercial and residential, yes.
That's wonderful.
So, yep, we focus on repaints mainly, but we do also do, new construction as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that. Anything else on interiors you want to share with us?
Nope. Just, again, we're using the top quality products. We're making sure that surfaces are prepped right. We're going in, we're filling nail holes, we're patching drywall. Baseboards and doors, we're using a really tough acrylic enamel paint that's going to hold up because doors open and close. People are putting their hands on them. We want something durable and cleanable. Again, with the walls, we're using paint that's going to be scrubbable. So especially if you have kids and pets, we all know what happens with walls when kids and pets are around. So we want crayons, ketchup, mustard, whatever it is. Want that wall to be cleanable to where you're in a clean wall. You're not going to have a dull spot. We want it to look the same after you're done cleaning. And
That's
then,
perfect.
Again, we're focusing on being very accommodating and very clean, tidy. And we want that house just to shine after we're done and not have to worry about paint drips or anything like that. At the end of every project too, we want to walk the project with our client. We want to go around, show them what we did, ask them if they have any questions, get anything addressed that needs to be addressed and take care of it. And we want them to be happy at the end.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. One more thing I wanted to highlight too. I know on your Canyon Painting website, you guys have a color tool. Tell us about it.
Yes. So we do have a color tool, and it can be very helpful for our clients that are indecisive about colors. I mean, color can be a big deal. It can affect, the total ambiance of your house. So, a lot of people will get, paint samples. They'll brush a little bit on the wall. That can be great for deciding, your overall color, but it doesn't give you a big perception of the color. So what we have now is we have a link on our website to where you can go. You can import a picture of anything you want painted, whether it be a bedroom or the outside of your house. And then this tool is great because it's AI.
That's cool.
So you can basically just type in the command bar on the AI, or just say, paint the body of my house alabaster, let's per se, and it'll do that. And it's the most cleanest, accurate painting tool I've ever seen, because it'll literally be sharp and paint only the body of the house. I've had other tools that I work with, which you're painting the body of the house and it hits another part of the house that's not even related, and it kind of doesn't give you a good perception. But this one's great. You can say, paint the fascia green, paint it black, and it'll do that. Paint the garage door a certain color. So it's technology has really come a long way with that. So it'll give you a really good perception of what your house could look like and make the whole color selection process that much easier.
It's really cool. So I got to play
100%.
with it. I got to play with it.
Yeah.
I got to try it. I got to use it. It's really cool.
100%.
I showed my husband. I'm like, look at these colors. Look. He's like, oh, you and your colors.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
yes.
You could definitely, take up half a day with that.
Yeah. Oh, I sat there for an hour
Nice.
trying different colors.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it was, yeah. I could spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank our great sponsors for Canyon Painting at Sherwin-Williams today.
Yes.
And Justin, it's so good to finally have you get in here. And whatever else we can help do for Canyon Painting, go to their website, try the new color tool. Look out for their coupons, watch for their Idelios, go on signalsaz.com. They've got their ads on there as well, and watch for their direct mail.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
All right.